introduce my buddy Buck Newton. You want to follow that up?
Oh, sure. I'll try to be brief. And
thank you for coming.
I'm on the ballot too, but somehow God did me a favor and didn't give me an opponent yet. So my election results right now look pretty good, but my buddy Ron over there and my buddy Chad Barefoot and Wesley Meredith, the infamous fracking crew, I have to look at them every day and I just kind of hang my head and say I'm sorry. Because you know this energy bill was my bill, and Colonel Raven over here is exactly right. You know, you got this billionaire from San Francisco who's pretty much single-handedly bankrolled these TV commercials against Colonel Raven and Chad Barefoot and Wesley Meredith, and my buddy Bill Cook up in the Northeast that took Mark Bass Knight's seat. They're after him too, and you know, those guys, I mean, they voted for the bill, you know, and Colonel Raven with representing Lee County has been pretty involved in this kind of stuff. But, you know, Chad Barefoot and Wesley Meredith and Bill Cook, they hadn't had a whole lot to do with leading this forward because they're handling other issues. And so what I want to say is the Colonel's exactly right. I mean, they're coming after us and coming after these guys in particular because this is their game plan to see if they can win back control of the legislature. Because what they want to do is do exactly what you've been hearing Reverend Barber tell you, which is they want to roll back everything we've been doing for the last almost 3 years. I mean, you know, that they think that what we're doing is a crime. That's how they think. We have to wake up and realize that's what we're dealing with. And it's the same kind of element that's bankrolling these TV commercials against the Colonel and the other guys. That's what they're after. They're not really concerned about fracking in North Carolina. They don't want there to be any fracking anywhere because they believe that solar panels are going to light the world, and they believe that solar panels are going to drive our cars down the highway. And just think about that for a second. Now, maybe one day, with good old American technology and ingenuity, if we keep the entrepreneurial spirit alive, there will be some new technology that allows us to evolve away from a fossil fuel like natural gas. But that's what they really want, is to have a test case in North Carolina and say, we stopped it here because we've got it stopped in New York. Do y'all realize how much gas is in New York, the state of New York? Marcellus Shale is this huge gas find. It's the single place in the country that has now made the United States the world's largest natural gas producer. And we are on the path to being the world's largest oil producer. Y'all remember when we were all worried about Saudi Arabia? We still kind of worried about Saudi Arabia? What about another 10 or 15 years, unless they stop fracking, about another 10 or 15 years, we don't have to be so worried about Saudi Arabia or Iraq or anywhere else like that, or Venezuela, all these places that we love buying all our energy from. I said it on the Senate floor, I'll say it again now, I'd much rather make some millionaires down in Lee County than a few more billionaires in Saudi Arabia.
That's right.
Doesn't make any sense. But that's the mentality that we fight every single day in the legislature. Every single day. President Obama is not behind Hillary Clinton. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton's not liberal enough for him. He wants Elizabeth Warren because Hillary's too conservative. That's what we're dealing with. Now, if they are successful in translating this, you know, my good friend Senator Goolsbee got in a lot of trouble for calling it the moronic, I think he called it the Moron Monday. And privately, he tried to joke with me and say it was my fault that I'm the one that told him that. And I said, no, I didn't say Moron Monday, I said Immoral Monday. Because the vast majority of these folks do not think like us, to say the least. And they don't think like most other Americans or most other North Carolinians. They certainly don't think like most people in Johnston County or Wilson County or Nash County, which I represent. So, you know, we have our work cut out for us. We cannot allow them to parlay this circus act into the new modern civil rights, because that's what they want to wrap themselves into. This is the new modern civil rights issue. They're all about gay rights. They're all about this rights and that rights and voting rights and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, we've got to realize what's real. We can have disagreements from time to time. Obviously, the House and the Senate from time to time. Right now in the budget, we don't agree on everything. But that's okay. Not everybody in this room is going to agree on everything. You know, if the sheriff and I sit down and talk about enough issues, we'll find something we don't agree on. We have. I was trying not to say that, but you're right. We have, and but we work through that, and we find common ground, and that's what grown-ups do, isn't it, Sheriff? I mean, that's what grown-ups do, and certainly that's what conservatives do. And so we have to work extra hard to you know, our base is energized when we talk about Speaker Tillis running against Kay Hayden. But we got a lot of other races on the ballot. We got good judges running for the Court of Appeals and the Supreme Court and locally. We got a lot of local candidates. I have the same I try to make the same speech in Wilson and Nash County too. We got a lot of work to do. And you know, I'm just honored to be up there in the fight. It's been a lot of fun. Even the days that I get frustrated like everybody else does. You know, Jonathan sometimes texts me about things that he's not happy about, and you know, usually I agree with Jonathan on those things, and I'm not too happy about them either. But I don't always get what I want, and none of us do, and so sometimes we have to say, you know what, I like 95% of what's going on here, and I'll just try not to think about that 5% that I prefer not to see, and go back to work tomorrow and roll up the sleeves and see if we can't do it better, and keep working on it. And that's why y'all send us up there. So I want to thank y'all for allowing me to represent you, and you know, I'm happy to answer any questions. But I'm just fighting to keep the movement going in the right direction. Across the state and certainly here in Johnston County and in my district. And I'm trying to do everything I can to help, especially my friends that keep taking all these arrows for the legislation that I got passed, so that we'll have some jobs in North Carolina and some investment. And you know, there's an article on the front page of the Wilson Times today. I didn't get a chance to see it until I actually walked in the house real quick to change clothes because it's hot and I didn't really want to be in a suit. And I hope y'all forgive me for that. And it was about fracking. And I was really surprised. And what it was a story about a guy from Wilson who kind of hung up his business, and he went to North Dakota and went to work in the oil fields, and the fracking was going on. And all he talked about was all the jobs and all the investment and all the growth and how amazing it was. And there was a little bit on the other side of it. You know, we do need to be careful and make sure we're not, you know, harming the environment. But Colonel said it best. I mean, I drink the same water everybody else does. I'm not interested. I love the outdoors. I hunt. I'm a sportsman. I mean, I like to fish. I don't want to be worried about those things. And if I thought we had anything to worry about, I would be against this stuff and not trying to lead it. And that's one of the reasons why I am trying to lead it, because how else are we going to get it done right? You know, you can get hit by a bus when you cross the street if you don't look where you're going, right? But sometimes there's something good on the other side of the street. Why do we do it? I mean, you know, it may be your mailbox, it may be the restaurant, it may be your job, but we all take risks. And we've got landfills, we've got, you know, you got an oil terminal over here in Selma. Does anybody want the oil terminal to go away here in Selma? I mean, but we all know there's a risk there. There's a pipeline there. What if that thing blows up? What if the thing breaks open? It might get in the Neuse River. Oh my gosh. Let's quit. Let's shut it all down. Let's turn the lights off. I mean, we have to be reasonable about what we're doing. And so I'm out there, and this fall in particular, we're going to be slugging it out on other things, and I'm going to try to come up behind those who've been attacking my friend the Colonel I'm gonna try to do an end run around them and outflank them, Carl, and take them in the backside for you. We'll do what we can, but, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Thank you.